Hello, welcome to our third session of this year's IDTX. Apologies for the slightly late start there, but we are live. I'm going to get out the way as quickly as possible so as to not eat into Anna's speaking time. Anna, the stage is yours.
Thank you. So let me just quickly share my screen. Just here. Okay, so I will double check if I can see it right now. So give me just a moment.
That's all
So
showing fine.
let me know. Yes, everything's fine. Okay, so hello everyone. I hope that you've all been enjoying the IDTX conference so far. My name is Anna and I'm a senior course developer at iSpring Solutions. So I have nearly a decade of experience in e-learning and I love sharing all the good features iSpring tools have to offer. And today I'm joined by my colleague April. So if you have any questions during the session or any questions regarding iSpring, feel free to ask them in the chat. But first, let me tell you a little bit about iSpring. So for over 20 years, our company has remained dedicated to providing the exceptional learning experiences to its clients, comprising more than 59,000 educators and millions of learners worldwide. Our clients include over 500 companies, government agencies, and educational institutions worldwide, including Microsoft, Boeing, Dell, PepsiCo, MIT, Stanford, and Harvard University. So you can be sure that iSprint is a global leader in creating award-winning e-learning software. And today, I'm happy to welcome you to our session called From Screencasts to Podcasts. Choosing the right training format can be a bit daunting, but we are here to help you pick the best framework for your topics and audience. So first things first, let's talk about why it's important to choose the right format for your e-learning courses. So in the world of e-learning, choosing the wrong format can lead to disengaged employees and missed objectives. However, choosing the right one can be transformative for your business or university classes. Tailored, engaging learning experiences inspire employees. Picture a workforce not just trained, but genuinely motivated, applying their knowledge to enhance productivity and innovation. And throughout our session, you'll learn more about training formats that really work and learn why they work. And for sure, we will use iSprint tools to show you how these formats work. But first, a quick poll. So what type of format do you like to learn from most? Is it video-based content, interactive simulations or games, podcast, audio content, or maybe it's written materials like ebooks or articles? So you can just send 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat according to your answer. Just to let me know which one is your favorite. So I personally like courses with gamification elements and some interactive simulations. So truth be told, I'm a fan of games, and no matter if they're board games or computer games, so I really like to have some points, pages, and levels in a learning course, because I believe that they help me go through the course and win the fight with the boss, also known as knowledge check in the end. So this one is my favorite, but let me quickly take a look at your answers and see which one you love more. Okay, I believe we have all the answer options mentioned here. So 2 and 4 and 3 and 1, that's awesome, right? That's so much interesting. You see, like there's a lot of different answers and somebody cannot pick just one. So once again, we can see that there's no like default universal answer to what everyone likes. But no worries, today we will find the best format for your courses. And before I dive into all the formats, I want to go over a great way to get an idea of which format will work best for your scenario. So what I recommend doing is creating a training brief. I believe everybody knows what it is, but let me mention it once again. By training brief, I mean a detailed document outlining a training program, including all the objectives, content, methods, materials, duration, assessment criteria, trainer info, and logistics. So it guides course designers and trainers, ensuring organized and effective training aligned with participants' needs and learning goals. So this information is super helpful for choosing the format. And let us, me and my colleagues, quickly share with you the brief template what our instructional designers use at iSpring. So just follow the link that my colleague April shared in the chat and download the template. Okay, oops. So for example, let's say you need to teach an employee how to use Excel. A gamified course is a detective hunts for numbers and assemble them into secret code would be an odd choice, right? A course that delves into the history of Excel and an overview of competitive tools would not be beneficial either. These ideas focus on approach, while your objective is to help the target audience acquire practical skills. So, what format is the best to use? And I will not answer that question right now. We will answer it together at the end of the session. And right now it's time to dive into different types of formats to find out which one will help us to achieve our goal. So our first format is a slide-based course. It is a training format that uses presentation software and delivers information through sequential slides. It's an approachable and familiar format, ideal for things like compliance training, for example, safety protocols, or employee onboarding, for example, like benefits information. It's quick and straightforward, especially if you're already familiar with PowerPoint. So when creating a slide-based course, breaking down the content into manageable chunks and structuring the slides is a key. So this approach provides handy, especially when you need to update information on a regular basis. But let's talk about limitations. The limitation of this format would be that the completion of the course depends on the learner's intrinsic motivation. So it's necessary to divide the text into chunks and use some techniques to involve and engage your users. For example, to do this, you can add some interactive elements into your course. Now, let's see it in action. So check out this example of a slide-based course created in iSpring Suite. So this is a slide-based course with audio narration, and it also features background music and a narration voice. This is a title slide followed by an introduction. Then a character steps in, guiding learners directly through the material. And in my opinion, like slide-based courses are super user-friendly, making them a great format for both you and your learners, regardless of tech skills. They're quick to create and update, so you can keep your training materials fresh and relevant. Now let's move on to our next format, which is called interactive role plays. These are training exercises in which learners engage in stimulated conversations with various characters, allowing them to practice communication skills and receive feedback in a risk-free environment. So this format simulates conversation with various personas like customers, subordinates, or colleagues. Users assume the role of one of these personas and choose responses and receive feedback, with each choice carrying its own set of outcomes. So this is a great format, and this one was my favorite when I just started to work at Iceborne. This format is perfect for so many scenarios because learners can refine their communication skills and prepare for real-world situations without the fear of making an error with real-world consequences, like jeopardizing a deal. This format is indispensable for training sales teams, customer service representatives, and for sure, technical support staff. For instance, it's ideal for instructing a new salesperson in delivering a compelling product presentation. The dialogues are lifelike, complete with voiced phrases and character reactions, creating an immersive learning experience. And it is also important to note that in a role play, user selects responses from predefined options, honing communication skills or learning scripts. But it doesn't teach them to formulate original thoughts to respond with. And I think that this is a limitation to consider. Now, let's see role plays in action. So we need to click start to engage with an interactive role play created with Iceberg Suite. You will be prompted to interact with the character, make a choice, observe characters' reactions, and receive valuable feedback. So right now on this slide, you can see what a dialogue simulation structure looks like. So here we have different scenarios of how the conversation goes depending on the answer. So you can see this branched scenario. And now it's time to move on to our next format. And now I'm going to talk about long read. Long reads are in-depth articles or guides that explore topics truthfully, offering detailed insights and analysis. There's not a more time-tested format than the traditional deep dive. For instance, a long read module exploring detailed medical case studies could allow healthcare teams to understand research methods, results, and their implications. This in-depth format, for example, is vital to pharmaceuticals researchers and healthcare policy teams. One shortcoming of the long read format is that it's geared towards teaching concepts rather than practical skills like customer communication. While test questions can be added to interactive articles, they don't facilitate hands-on practice for things like customer communication skills. The key to creating a compelling long read is writing clear text and breaking things up with occasional images or other assets. Okay, so now let's take a look at the long read on the screen. So it starts with a cover and a title. Next is the introduction and the next chapter button. In the second chapter, we see images that can be enlarged. And moving on to the next chapter, here we have images and a self-assessment test along with our text, providing engaging assets to reinforce the text. And our next format for today is video courses. Video courses are dynamic learning experiences that blend engaging recorded videos and visuals, providing step-by-step instructions and practical demonstrations. Videos are a great way to bring learning to life, making complex topics accessible and engaging. They provide a visual learning experience that captivates learners, making it an excellent choice for educational content. But for sure, there are some cons, and sometimes creating a video lecture can be a straightforward process. So sometimes it can be hard to implement, and sometimes it can be expensive to update. But no worries, when you create a video course, you can not only use like a professional cameras, but you can also record yourself using just a webcam, supplementing your talk with supportive visuals. Okay, let's check out this iSprint video lecture. So this is a preparing for a call video. You can also watch it by following the link in the chat, but my colleague April is going to send now. But let's talk about the video. So here, an expert is explaining how to prepare for the call with a potential client. Also, you might have noticed that you can insert like additional information to your videos, like pop-up text, maybe some additional audio, some pictures, graphics, and videos. Now it's time to talk about our next format. Please don't mix it up with the previous ones. So this format is interactive video courses. This format resembles a first-person computer game, where the employee or learner becomes the main character, and the storyline depends on their choices. Some kind of mix of the video courses and simulations. So this format is a challenge. It involves common and upset customer. The course provides feedback after each choice, helping learners understand their mistakes and prepare for similar situations in real life. I would say it's something like dialogue simulations, but instead of static images, we have videos. But the main downside of this format is that it can be costly and kind of complicated to develop. So this might not be the best choice for organizations on a tight budget, because building an interactive video course involves like several steps, such as writing a script, planning the visuals, finding suitable locations, recording the video, editing, and putting everything together in an authoring tool. So Also, one important thing that I need to mention that making changes to the courses like this can be tricky and sometimes so it's important to think it through before deciding on this format. But it's time to take a look at how it looks and how it will work. So let's take a look at the example on the screen. In this immersive experience, learners tap into the first-person perspective of a character, observing daily routines, making choices, and see the consequences unfold, determine the course's progression. So we can see a person who spills coffee on a colleague. Now he has to decide what to do, tell the colleague about it, rub the coffee, or just keep it quiet. So, depending on the answers, the story continues differently. So, I think that it's a very interesting and dynamic way to engage learners, allowing them to actively participate and shape the learning journey. And now it's time to talk about a fun format, one of my favorite ones. Oops. About games. So games are interactive learning experiences that incorporate some gaming elements like challenges, levels, rewards, engaging learners while enhancing skills and knowledge in a playful way. So let me know in the chat. But have you ever been stuck into training but felt so tedious that you counted silent tiles? I have been. I'm not proud of it, but I have been, and unfortunately, not once. And let me know if you're in my team, like any emoji on the or a plus in the chat will be more than welcomed. So, um, games can inject life into dozens subjects and add some excitement and fun to the learning experience. So you can add some dynamic elements such as levels, points, rankings, and rewards for a level of immersion that's hard to match with other formats. Finding the sweet spot where education meets entertainment might sound daunting, but iSprint makes even advanced formats easy to create. So let's check out this example of a narrative game-based course, First Things First. So once we start the course and learn more about the course settings, we receive an email from our friend Andrew. Andrew needs our help to become more efficient. So, and we can see that his KPIs don't look good, right? As you can see right now on the screen. So the course continues with gamified slide where we need to help Andrew find his to-do list by clicking on items to move them. That's how a game can look like in terms of a training course. Something like a leadership role-playing game would be a great use case for this format. You could prepare future leaders in your organization by creating a scenario where employees step into their roles and go through decision-making challenges, learning strategic thinking, team management, and motivational skills along the way. And our next format for today, one of they're very interesting and they're very new, is podcasts. They
Hi, everyone. We seem to have lost Anna. One moment. Hi, Anna. You're back. I'll hand over to you again.
Okay. Give me just a moment.
So yeah, your screen share was for. Oh, it's gone again. One moment. We shall have her back in just a second.
Hello, I'm here.
Hello. That's fine. Just pop your screen share up.
Okay, give me just a moment. Okay, just a second. Is it good?
Yep, there we go. All good. Handing back over to you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, where did we stop? So, I just wanted to know, like, do you listen podcasts at all? So, let me know in the chat if yes, all the time, if yes, occasionally, or no. So, just put a number according to your answer in the chat. Okay. Give me just a second, one more, after I was disconnected, and I will take a look. Okay. Awesome. I see what a lot of you like listen to podcasts. That's amazing. So thank you so much for sharing. And by the way, there's a high chance that your learners listen to them too. Since, for example, 62% of Americans listen to podcasts according to Statista. And just in case, if you want to know my opinion, I have my favorites, like some favorites episodes of podcasts, but mostly I prefer video format. I love to see something. So, one thing that we cannot deny is that podcasts are widely popular for an awesome, good reason. They offer tremendous flexibility. So imagine, instead of straight lecture, you get to engage with employees through insightful discussions, expert interviews, or engaging narratives bundled in an easy to digest audio format. The beauty of podcasts lies in their adaptability. Whether it's company updates or industry insights, podcasts deliver information in an accessible and relatable manner. So your team can absorb essential knowledge while working on data entry or maybe admin work or any other repetitive tasks. So now this format gives you an opportunity to have your employees learning while they work. I mean, isn't it a dream for you and for them? Also, another major advantage of this format is that you can create compelling content on a shoestring budget. For example, you don't even need to hire voiceover actors. Voiceovers can be done directly in an Afrin tool or any other third-party tool. We have so many of them right now. And for sure, it's true for iSpring Suite, as well as it's great, the text-to-speech feature. However, I was able to find one drawback of this podcast format. It might not suit every employee, as it requires processing information through listening, which might not be benefit your visual learners. One more plus for instructional designers who know more about their target audience, right? So, but you can still have podcasts. Just in this case, I would say it's better to have a written script as well of this podcast for employees who prefer reading to listening. Okay, now it's time to move on to talk about our next format, which is screencasts. Screencasts are user-friendly visual walkthroughs, guiding learners through screen recordings, images, text, and clear narration, making complicated topics easily understandable and accessible. Creating a screencast is also straightforward and typically can be done in just a couple of hours. So imagine having a friendly tech expert right by your side, guiding you through every click and shortcut of a new software. That's precisely what the screencast offers, right? A virtual walkthrough of digital terrain, making the complex seems like a walk in the park. So these video tutorials simplify the learning curve, especially when exploring corporate portals or some new CRM systems. Creating screencast is as simple as recording yourself doing a process while narrating. So in just a couple of hours, you have a comprehensive tutorial ready to roll. The screen recordings, images, text, and crystal clear narration. They like having your own personal software guide. And who doesn't want that, right? We all want this. Um, Also, screencasts offer a quick and easy way to provide software demonstrations, showcasing website navigation, and explaining complex workflows. What about updating, you might ask? No sweat. These tools like Icebrain, keeping your screencast up to date, is as easy as a click of a button. Just make sure that you have the original files, and that's it. Now let's take a look. Whoopsie. It was too fast. Okay, let's take a look on the screencast made using Icebrain Suite in the action. Let me ready to roll. Okay, so these screencasts show how to create interaction in Icebrain Suite. We see mouse movements, and video also has voiceovers. Through you cannot hear it right now, but trust me, it's here. The presenter consistently explains all the actions, like where to click and what to do. One of the downsides of a screencast is it's another format that's not great for practicing skill. So you can't actually practice and work within the software. You can only watch an overview of it, watch the steps, watch the instructions, but not practice in the tool itself. Also, if the software interface changes, you will need to update the screencast completely. Okay, it's not a secret, but the next format is, thanks to me and for me being not that be confused, okay, being awkward. So the next format, we have software simulator. This format is incredibly helpful for employees learning new software. We told about the screencasts before, and there we have instructions when your learners need to like freshen knowledge or something like this. But if they learn new software, these simulations mirrors the software's interface. So if you're talking about software simulators, they give any users a safe place to practice without the worry of making mistakes or losing important data. So using real software screenshots and videos, these simulators guide users through specific tasks within the software. So, for example, they can teach employees how to use corporate software tools by capturing real screen actions, making the learning process highly effective. But when you use this format, this is great and it can be like added to any course, to any learning, but it's essential to understand their limitations. So interactive software simulation, so they may not be ideal for or learning keyboard shortcuts. For this, I would recommend using a screencast or a slide-based course. As for creating perfect simulations, and it can be time-consuming and costly, which not like fit every business budget. And a best practice is to use simulators for critical systems where errors need to be minimized.
Apologies, we're just working to get Anna back. There we are, we have you back now.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. It seems like the computer is overheated. Or
It's okay, not a problem. If you just pop your screen share back on, there we go.
Okay.
Super.
Okay, I'm back here. So yes. Okay, so let me quickly remember where I stopped for the last time. So, okay. So users should also access interactive software simulations on the same device they were designed for. For instance, if a course is meant for mobile devices, it's best experienced on a mobile device.
Apologies, I think we're getting some internet connectivity issues with Wi-Fi, so we'll just get that resolved. What we are going to do is look at uploading a recording of the session separately, so that we can get around the Wi-Fi issues that are being experienced in the studio. Brilliant, Anna. I can see you're back. Lovely. Oh, your screen share's just disappeared again.
Okay. Okay, give me just a sec. I will quickly share it in the moment. Okay.
Just working on a fix. Please bear with us a moment. Okay, so what we're going to do, because it seems like the connection maybe isn't picking back up, we're going to drop a link in the chat right now, where you can go and get a copy of the presentation that Anna was just delivering, and then we're going to look to see if we can get a recorded version of this session put together. And get it shared with you, because I know it's not very nice for Anna to keep connecting and disconnecting. Oh, here we go. She is back. Oh, and I think has already gone again. That's okay. So I think with the internet connectivity issues, we'll call it there. I've shared the link, and we will get a recording of the session put together and shared with you on the channel. What we'll do as well, we'll post about that on the IDTX socials, and we'll post about that on the website as well, so that you can get access to that session in full as soon as possible. Anna, we really, really appreciate your efforts against the internet seems to be conspiring against you today. And yeah, I would definitely agree, Amelia. This was a really fantastic topic and presentation, and was presented really, really well. So thank you to Anna and the whole team at iSpring for putting that together for us, because it's been fantastic, and we want to make sure that that gets shared with as many people as possible. Brilliant. I agree, Chris. Many thanks to Anna. I think it's never easy when the internet itself decides to let us down, is it? So thank you for making the effort. And for everyone else, what I'm going to do, our next session starts in what is it, past, so about 10 minutes time. We're going to go and get that session ready so that we're live on time for you. And obviously unfortunately there's not a lot I can do about individual internet connections, but we will try and make sure that we avoid as many issues as we can moving forwards. Thank you all, and we'll see you again in the next session. iSpring is an e-learning software provider dedicated to streamlining e-learning worldwide. With a team of top industry specialists, they create tools that make e-learning both efficient and enjoyable. Their AI-powered course creation tool, iSpring Suite, and the iSpring Learn LMS are the top choices for thousands of instructional designers, L&D pros, and content developers. Crafted with the user workflow in mind, iSpring ensures a seamless experience for the creation of impactful learning content. Their website, iSpringSolutions.com, offers a treasure trove of e-learning resources perfect for those seeking to boost their L&D career or elevate their organization's e-learning practices. You can check out the iSpring Solutions website using the link in the description.